So I got something super cool for you today. Or, well, something I need you to make cool for me. Welcome back, everyone, to the 60-Second Scholar podcast. I'm your host, Kafka.
And I'm Kimya, and I am so ready to make this make sense for you, Kafka.
Okay, thank you, because I seriously need it. I've been seeing this thing all over my feed. It's this one phrase, 2026 is the new 2016. And everyone is acting like it's the most obvious thing in the world. I feel like I missed a huge meeting. I have absolutely no idea what it means. It feels like this big inside joke, and I'm just standing outside. What is going on?
Oh, yes, I am so glad you asked. I've been waiting for this to come up. It's like my favorite current internet rabbit hole. Okay, so it's all based on this idea people call the nostalgia loop. The theory is that major trends in pop culture, fashion, music, aesthetics, everything, they move in these big, predictable cycles. And the main one is the 10-year cycle.
A 10-year cycle? Right. So we're just doomed to repeat ourselves every decade?
Not doomed, it's fun. Think of it as a revival. So the prediction is that 2026 is going to feel a lot like 2016. And people are getting super specific. For music, they're not just saying pop music. They're talking about that specific 2016 sound. That sort of tropical, house-infused pop from Kygo, or the moody stuff from The Weeknd's Starboy album. One Dance by Drake was everywhere.
Wow, okay, that is weirdly specific. I remember that vibe.
Totally. And the fashion. It's not just chokers. It's the silky bomber jackets, the Adidas Superstar sneakers with everything, ripped skinny jeans, those off-the-shoulder tops. It was a whole look.
Right. So, does this mean I need to prepare myself for the return of the mannequin challenge or everyone running into traffic for Pokemon Go again?
Maybe. You never know. I mean, it's more about the core feeling, the aesthetic. 2016 was like the peak of a certain kind of internet. It was very Tumblr-y and artsy, but also very raw. And people are talking about the social media of the time too, like the old Instagram logo that everyone hated at first, or the app Musical.ly, which was the messy, fun ancestor of the super polished TikTok we have today. The prediction is that we're craving that slightly less curated, more in-the-moment feel again.
Okay, less curated. I can see that. That's wild. But the 10-year thing, I'm still stuck on that. Why 10 years? It just seems like such a random number. Why not 8 or 12?
It's not random at all, actually. It's psychologically perfect. Think about who drives trends. It's usually people in their late teens and early 20s, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so for them, 10 years ago, they were kids, 10 to 14 years old. That's such a formative period. It's when your taste in music and style is really being formed, when pop culture feels like the most important thing in the world. So 2016 is baked into their brains as this golden era.
Right, so it's a first love kind of thing, but for culture.
That is the perfect way to put it. And 10 years is just long enough for it to feel like a distinct, separate time. It's historical, but it's your history. It's also long enough that you've forgotten all the cringy parts, or the homework, or the drama. You just remember the feeling of hearing a song for the first time, or a trend that felt super cool.
Okay, so it's a comfort thing then. A psychological safety blanket made of bomber jackets.
100% a comfort thing. The world feels chaotic, so retreating to the comfort of your childhood is, it's comforting. And then you have the algorithm. The TikTok and Instagram algorithms are basically rocket fuel for this. They see a few videos about the 2016 aesthetic getting traction, so they push them to more people. Those people then think, oh yeah, I loved that. So they make their own videos, and before you know it, what started as a small observation becomes a massive self-fulfilling prophecy.
Right. So the platforms they're basically creating the trend just by noticing it.
Exactly. It's a feedback loop. The more the algorithm shows us 2016, the more we think about 2016, and the more we want to bring it back. It's a nostalgia machine.
I feel like I'm finally getting it, but let me play devil's advocate for a second. Is this really a predictable cycle, or is it just a few influential people on the internet, deciding something is cool again and everyone else just follows along?
That's a super important question. And no, it's not a scientific law for sure. It's a cultural pattern, a strong one, but a pattern. And a big critique is that the internet, especially TikTok, has broken the big cycles. We don't just have one era anymore. We have dozens of cores happening at the same time. Like cottagecore and clean girl and mob wife aesthetic.
Yeah, it's a lot to keep up with.
Right. So some people argue that the 10-year cycle is too simplistic for our fragmented culture, but the general pattern holds up. Think about the Y2K revival a couple of years ago. That was a 20-year cycle, bringing back the early 2000s. And in the 2000s, there was a big 80s revival. So the cyclical nature of nostalgia is definitely real. It's just that the internet might be making the cycles faster and more overlapping.
Huh. So it's not the entire year that comes back. It's just the greatest hits, the good parts?
Exactly. It's selective nostalgia. No one is getting nostalgic for the political stress of 2016 or the weird, creepy clown sightings that year. Remember those?
Oh, wow. Yes, I had forgotten about that. Okay, point taken.
People are nostalgic for Frank Ocean's Blonde album, for the first season of Stranger Things, for that specific hazy indie pop filter we put on everything. It's a curated memory, the aesthetic without the anxiety.
So if I'm preparing for 2026, what are the big things I should be watching for? Give me the specific predictions.
Okay, let's get into it. Music-wise, I'm fully expecting a resurgence of that moody, synth-heavy indie pop. Think Halsey, the 1975, maybe even a renewed appreciation for Zayn's solo stuff. On the fashion front, I'm telling you, bomber jackets are coming. And watch for the return of high-waisted, ripped, skinny jeans. It's controversial, but I think it's inevitable.
Wow, skinny jeans. I don't know if I'm ready for that, emotionally.
Get ready, and I really think the biggest change will be on social media. People are so tired of the hyper-perfect, hyper-curated influencer aesthetic. I predict a huge shift back to the 2016 vibe of photo dumps, blurry concert photos, oversaturated filters, things that feel more real and less like an ad.
That would be, actually really nice. But what does all of this mean, big picture? Are we just stuck? Are we running out of new ideas so we just have to keep strip mining the past for content?
I really don't think so. I see it in a much more optimistic way. I think it's a totally natural way for a new generation to build its own identity. They're not just doing a carbon copy of 2016, they're taking pieces of it, things they loved as kids, and they're remixing it. They're viewing it through a modern lens, adding a bit of irony, a bit of newness. It's not a repeat, it's a conversation with the past. It's a cycle, not a dead end.
Whoa, okay. So a conversation with the past. I like that. I think I finally get it now. The 10-year cycle is about the formative years of the trendsetters, and nostalgia is a comfort thing, and social media is the engine that makes it all go faster. That is genuinely fascinating.
Right? It's like watching culture create itself in real time. It's so cool to see the patterns emerge.
It totally is. Well, Kimya, thank you. My social media feeds are going to make so much more sense to me now. I'm ready for 2026, I think. And a huge thanks to all of you for listening to the 60 Second Scholar podcast.
We'll see you next time.